Abaribe senators move to calm storm, insist Senate retain electronic transmission of results. Welcome back to Royal Media. Thanks for always being here. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is the channel that brings to you verified news. Eyinaya Abaribe and some other senators have taken it upon themselves to clarify the issue that has been bordering on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. So guys, let's listen to the detail of the story. Amid public outcry and confusion over the Electoral Act Amendment Bill passed by the Senate on Wednesday, ranking senators led by Senator Eyinaya Abaribe on Thursday moved to set the record straight, insisting that the upper chamber did not jettison electronic transmission of election results. Briefing journalists at the National Assembly, Abaribe said reports suggesting that the Senate voted against electronic transmission or reverted to manual processes were incorrect and misleading. Yesterday, the Senate did not, I repeat, did not pass transfer of results, which was in the 2022 Act, Abaribe said. What was passed and which the Senate President himself clarified while sitting on his chair is the transmission of results, and I need to make this very clear. He stressed that the distinction between transfer and transmission had been wrongly interpreted, fueling the impression that the Senate had taken Nigeria backwards on electoral reforms. According to him, senators were compelled to address the media because the Senate's action had been misunderstood. We felt that it will be necessary to make a clarification of what happened yesterday, but to put the record straight, he said. Abaribe said every senator was conscious of the public trust placed on the National Assembly by Nigerians. Every one of us who is a senator, who has the privilege to represent a senatorial district, came here under the trust of their senatorial district, he said. Each one of us infused in himself or herself a public trust handed to us by Nigerians to do the absolute best for Nigeria. He explained that the provision for electronic transmission of results was not an afterthought, but the product of an extensive legislative process involving both chambers of the National Assembly and key stakeholders. There was a joint committee of both the Senate and the House of Representatives made up of members of the Electoral Committee in both chambers, Abaribe said. These joint committees had several retreats, both in Abuja and elsewhere, and each of these retreats was done with INEC and civil society organizations. He added, everyone agreed, and at the end of the retreat, that electronic transmission of results was the way to go. That agreement was reflected in the report laid before both the House and the Senate. Abaribe dismissed claim that any clause supporting electronic transmission was removed at any stage of the Senate process. There was no going back, he said. As the Senate President reiterated yesterday, we are not going backward, rather we are going home. He disclosed that after the report of the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters was presented, the Senate constituted an ad hoc committee to further review it. It was the report of that ad hoc committee alongside the report of the Senate Electoral Committee and the executive session we had that led to an agreement on clause 60, bracket 30, which provide for electronic transmission of results, including real-time transmission, he said. He noted that confusion arose during plenary because of the crowded chamber and multiple conversations prompted some senators to seek further clarification after the section. We went back individually to find out exactly what was done, and we were reassured, Abaribe said. The Senate President himself confirmed, and you have the videos, that we passed electronic transmission of results. On the next step, Abaribe explained that a harmonization committee had been set up to reconcile differences between the Senate and House version of the bill, but stressed that the process was not yet concluded. So guys, what's your take on this? Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also drop your comments below the comment section. We appreciate you as you listen. Thanks so much.